Welcome.
You are watching Line Screw 1.
Well, hello tubers. Today I figured I would let you in on something I've been thinking about doing that I've got in progress. And that's working on my new Yamaha R3 and putting it on a motorcycle diet. Oh gee, my beard's getting longer, isn't it? Woo! Look at me. It's time for a shave and a haircut. Anyway, I've been busy buying pieces of the parts that I need to make this baby lighter. Because the more I drive this R3, the more I like it. I'm still breaking it in. Let's check how many kilometers I got on it now, because it's still not even broke in. But the more I ride it, the more it's growing on me. 446 kilometers. We still got a ways to go till we actually are fully broken in. Now, I don't know if any of you guys have ever driven any of these 300cc class bikes, because I also own a Ninja 300. And trust me, the Yamaha R3 is a more superior motorcycle in that class and category. Just handles better, it's lighter. Yeah. I come from that era where I've owned a lot of bikes, but in my day, I wouldn't even think of owning anything less than a 650, 750. That would be the minimum. But today's bikes, especially these 300 class bikes, these bikes aren't like the olden days. They perform so much better. So this baby, I'm kind of falling in love with it slowly as I break it in. Even though it's a 2015, it has barely been used, and I just acquired it I don't know, a month or two ago. So I'm going to put it on a diet, and let's talk about what I'm actually going to do to shed maybe about 30 pounds on this baby so that I can make it rock. Okay, let's talk about some of the things that are on order that I'm waiting to be shipped to me, which is probably going to take at least 6 weeks for everything to get here. And obviously sometimes there's always mix-ups and missing parts. So the build, as it will be completed, will happen sometime after that. So look for a new video in the spring to see the final results. But what I'm going to do to put this baby on a diet, because the bike rocks for this size. I don't care what anybody says. You got to take an R3 out. As long as you're not a huge or heavy person, man, if you weigh 190 pounds or less, you're going to rock this bike. When I was a kid and I was 18 and I was driving my bikes that were 750s, I weighed 135 pounds. I could make these things rock. And the lighter you can get these bikes, the faster they move. And we're going to talk about the unsprung and sprung and rotational weight. Generally, I'm going to reduce as much weight of both kinds as I can. The sprung weight is everything that's supported by the suspension. And the unsprung weight would be things like wheels. Now, I'm not quite going with the carbon fiber wheels yet because that's very expensive. But let's get talking about how I'm going to reduce the weight. First of all, they call this the bitch seat. My apologies. That is being replaced with an official Yamaha cowl rear seat cover. It's a lot lighter, and that's on its way. And since I'm getting rid of the passenger seat, these gotta go too. So there's an actual kit out there that will cover up the big holes that will be here once you take this bracket off. And as for the other side, this is going to be replaced with a aluminum grade bracket, because that's how the exhaust is going to be supported, which of course brings me to the exhaust. That is going to be replaced with a lighter weight slip-on. I'm not going with the full exhaust swap out because it's a bit expensive. Don't really need it. Now moving over here to reduce a little bit of the rotational weight. The brakes on the R3 aren't quite as good as that Ninja 300, so the pads are going to be swapped out, and the rotor, especially in the back. I think the rear rotor should be swapped for a lighter one. The reason I don't want to swap out the front one just yet is because the bike is going to be a little more torquey
and I don't want the front end coming up all the time when I'm accelerating. I'm going to talk about that next. So I also have on order a new front sprocket. Based on my estimation of my mathematics, the way I'm going is just moving down to a 13 tooth in the front. I'm leaving the rear alone. I believe, if memory serves me correctly, stock is a 14:43 ratio between front and back. Moving to a 13:43, if you do the math, it should bring me up to about 8% more torque on acceleration. Of course, I'm giving up the top end to do so. And another thing that's going to be changed is going with the carbon fiber front fender. Now this weight loss ain't going to be much, but the filler cap. This one, I don't really like it. It's always tough to open, so might as well swap it out with a lighter one. And another big weight savings is going to be this ugly rear fender. Yeah, gonna put a fender eliminator kit. That is the only part that I have not ordered yet, because I'm still deciding which way to go. Quite a few different companies make different models, but I'm just deciding. This is gonna save me several pounds also. It's got to go. They put these damn ugly things on because it's got to comply with the vehicle codes of numerous countries where they sell around the world. And yeah, this is usually one of the first things most people do, is swap that out. So it's got to go. And another weight saving thing, I can't show you without taking this apart, but underneath the seat is where the battery is. I am going with a Antigravity lithium battery. That alone is going to save me 5 pounds, actually. 5 pounds of weight. Yeehaw. So, there you go. Since I gotta take this into the body shop to have the carbon fiber fender painted, I'm gonna have them take off these darn stickers. Don't really like them. They're not only in the front, but in the back. So they gotta go. I'm not gonna go overly crazy on weight loss. Like, I'm not gonna take these side reflectors off, because safety is important for visibility, so I'm not going to go that crazy. I don't want to compromise safety for performance. Now, some people like to do that, but I'm just not that kind of cat. So that's what I've been up to lately, trying to go on the Yamaha R3 diet, forcing the old pig to get a little lighter. So it's going to be fun. Give me something to do. It's going to take a while to get all those parts in, as I've mentioned, but it's a fun little project, easy to work on bikes, and as the weather improves in spring, nice little hobby, I think. And gee, it's probably going to take me at least until May to get the thing properly broken in. And I think at the very least, in terms of other safety improvements, aside from the brake pads, probably go with a braided line, especially for the front. I'm not so sure that I actually even need it for the back, but for the front might be a smart move to go with a braided line. So look for an updated video coming in a couple months, and we'll see how she performs. If you got any suggestions, put them in the comments section below, and I'll take a look at that. In the meantime, folks, put your comments down below. I'll talk to you soon. Over and out.
I got you, I got you, I got you.